Hi all, hope you all are safe at home. This is our first video starting with functions. Actually, the syllabus of 12th standard starts with the revision of Python topics that you have learned in class 11th, and we have done some exercises also. Please go through it if you have not done so. The real 12th standard syllabus starts with the topic functions, and in this video we are going to learn about functions. So whatever is shown in this video, you take it down in your notebooks. It has been prepared for you to write notes also. So functions are actually programming block of codes which is used to perform a single task, and it runs only when it is called. It can return a result also. You might be familiar with the term function because you have used print function, int function, etc. So functions are nothing but a group of statements or a block of codes which is used to do a particular task. So you know that print function was used to just to show the content what is given inside the print function to the screen. And int function, what is the use of int function? The int function was to convert whatever it is given inside the bracket to an integer value. So you know that the functions will do a particular task given to them. So functions can be defined as a programming block of codes which is used to perform a single or some related task, and that is executed only when we call that function. See, this is an example of a function. Def cube function within bracket x, r is equal to x into x and return r. We will see the details. This is just an example. There are three types of Python functions. One is built-in functions, functions defined in modules, and user-defined functions. We will see what are the three different function types. See, built-in functions you are familiar with: int function, input function, and print function. You know the input function, it is used to take the data from the user. Int function to convert whatever is given inside the bracket to an integer value. Print function, it prints whatever is given inside the bracket to screen. And another type of functions are functions defined in modules. That is, there are some built-in modules or program files already in the Python. You need not create anything. So those type of files contain some functions. Okay, for using that functions, you need to import that files in your program. For example, math is such a module or a program file which contains so many functions, and one of those functions is sine function. That sine function, to use that sine function in your program, you have to import that math module or math program file to your program. So such type of modules or such type of functions are known as functions defined by inside the modules. And third one is a user defined function in which the user is going to define a function, or you are going to define a function. So these are the different types of functions: built-in functions, function defined in the modules, as well as user defined functions. So how do you create a function? So structure of a function. So you can see def in red color is a keyword. Def function name, whatever function name you want to give, you can give that name, and within brackets parameters. We'll see what are the different type of parameters, what is parameters in detail. So this is a format or structure in which you write a function. Def is a keyword, then you give the function name. What is the name you are going to give for that function? Within brackets parameters. Parameters are nothing, just values that you are given to the function such that the function can act upon those values. And after writing the function name and parameters, you have to write the statements in which what function is going to be executed or what function is going to be done. See the example: def calcube function within bracket x, and you have two statements below that. So the first line which starts with def is known as the function header, which contain the def keyword, which have the function name, which have the parameters, as well as it ends with a semicolon. It ends with a colon. Be careful, because this is one of the important question asked for finding out the errors. They'll define the function and they'll not put the a colon there. So take care that colon is one important point here. Always you start the function with the function header with the def keyword as well as ends with the colon, and then you have to write the statements or why this function has been used, and see that you can see that that function statement using the parameters which is given in the bracket, and it has a return statement also. Return is also a keyword and it returns some value. See here what is being returned, it is the value r which is calculated inside the functions. And see, you can have another function. There is an example greet function. It's also a function but it doesn't return a value. See, of course there is a parameter but it is of no use there. It is just to print a message on the screen. So these are the examples of a structure of function. So it obviously it has a function header, the first line of the function definition which begins with the keyword as def as well as it ends with the colon, and also it specifies the name of the function as well as its parameters. And what are parameters? The parameters are variables which is listed inside the brackets. And why are they used? They are used by the functions to do some activities or do some work on it, task on it. And function body is the statements which are written after the function header, and be careful, the function body is indented statements. As you have seen earlier also, they are written with indentation. They are not written in the same line, they are written a little bit, giving a little bit space after that. So you can see that as an example in def calc perimeter. It's a perimeter function to calculate the perimeter of a circle, and you can see the next statements are written a little bit aside from the normal format. So it is indentation is given, proper indentation should be given for writing the functions. Now, how do you write your functions along in your normal program? So you can see here the statement 1 and statement 2 is the normal program statements that you write, and you have to define the functions before the normal programs starts. You can see here the function 1 is defined, as well as you after the definition of function 1 you define the function 2, then you can start with the normal program statement 1, statement 2. And from where does the program execution start? It always starts with the statement 1. You can see an example here. Here there are two functions, function sum as well as function mul, and you can see in green the real statement starts. X comma y is equal to 4 comma y, r is equal to sum of xy, s is equal to mul of xy, and print r. So what is given here is the main program or the main program starts from x comma y is equal to 4, 5. That's the first statement which will be executed, and then you can see there are two functions that are defined before that, but the real execution starts from that green line. And you can see that the indentation. See the indentation, xy does not have any indentation. Only the function statements inside has a indentation. So it will directly start from x comma y, that is a green line. So you can flow of execution or in which order the statements are executed. The line numbers are given here. It starts with x comma y, line number 1. In line number 2 what happens? R is equal to sum of xy. Sum of xy means it is calling the function with the name sum to execute. So what happens? The flow of execution goes from 2 to 2.1. 2.1 it works with the parameters passed by the function sum from 2. It takes the value of xy from 2 and it executes in 2.1. Then it execute 2.2. Return z. What happens? The value x plus y is calculated inside the function and it is assigned to s. When it returns z, where it is stored? It is stored in the R. Okay, sum of xy means the sum functions will act upon x comma y and it returns the value z, which is again copied to small r. Then Then what happens, which is obviously the next statement is s is equal to mul of x comma y. Again it is actually calling the function mul. So it goes to 3.1, execute z is equal to x star y, which means that product is calculated and return z. Z is again returned. That will be copied to which value? Yes. S is equal to, so the value Z is copied to S, and obviously the next statements are 4 and 5. It displays the value of R and S. So this is a normal flow of execution in a program where there are functions. So that's all for now. You are supposed to write all these in your notebooks. Thank you.